If you have a question for any of the players from Miami, please raise your hand and identify yourself by name and media outlet before we get to your question. Let's go to the middle from Miami.
Chris DeMond, the Miami Hurricane. This is for anybody who wants to answer it. Now, obviously, you guys knew you were going to the Final Four a few days ago, but now that you were actually here, what are kind of some of your first impressions? Are you soaking in the moment?
Let's get an answer from Bensely first, then a reflection from Jordan, and then an answer from Isaiah.
Yes, I am, just living this experience. It's a dream come true. A lot of people, in the world dream about playing in the Final Four. And, it's a blessing. We put in a lot of hard work all season, and this is the time now, so we're here just experience it.
Jordan, your thoughts?
I think Bensely sums it up pretty well. It's a blessing to be here. We worked all year really hard to get to stages like this, and we're looking to make a deep run.
Yeah, like both they said, it's a blessing to be here. Just living in the moment. It's a great time to be a Miami Hurricane fan right now.
Up front to the left, Dan.
Dan Wong, USA Today. For Isaiah, there was a period last year where there was talk that you would go in the transfer portal, and then you had to come out and say that you were misrepresented there. I was just curious, after that, was there anything you had to do to sort of, make amends with, coach, teammates, anything like that? How did you handle the fallout from that?
I called Coach L the day that happened, and he was comfortably fine with it. He knew that he trusted me. He knew I didn't make that accusation, so everybody was cool with me, and I didn't really have no problems coming in with the team. Everybody accepted me, and we just all worked on the main goal and just kept on playing basketball.
Center, second row.
Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald. For all you guys, have you stepped out there and have you seen a basketball arena with 72,000 seats? What did it feel like?
Bensely first.
We have not yet stepped out there, but I'm really excited to step out there and just see, the huge facility we're playing.
Question then, since they haven't been out there. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can follow.
Question. Okay. Can I just ask you then, totally on a different subject, UConn. Most people are picking them. They've been rolling through the tournament, winning by huge margins. How do you think you guys match up with them, and what are the biggest challenges?
Jordan, you want to take that first?
Yeah, I'll take it. First off, credit to UConn. They're a great team. They played some good teams to get here. I think they got some really good guards that lead them in assists that really make the team run. Obviously, they have a really dominant big man in the post who just swallows up rebounds and plays really hard. But I think personally we've had one of the hardest sides of the bracket. I think we've played some really, really elite teams. Everybody, I believe, had us losing to all those teams. So, we're fine with being the underdogs. We've been all year. But, it should be a good game. Like I always say, I think the team that comes out and plays the hardest and leaves it all on the floor will be victorious.
Isaiah, any thoughts on UConn?
UConn's a great team. They love to shoot the ball, and like Jordan said, they have a big man that gets the rebound and play hard, and they got here for a reason. So just us being the underdog, we got here for a reason too. So it's going to be a great game coming in.
Fellas, we're going to go to the left side. This is the back left microphone for Billy.
Billy Witz with the New York Times. Jordan, how has name, image, and likeness opportunities changed your life personally?
It's been a blessing. I think not only for me, but for college athletes as a whole, being able to get involved into the business side of things and kind of see what that atmosphere is like. It's my best answer to that question.
Billy, you want to follow up?
Yeah, I guess, can you maybe elaborate on that a little bit of just some of the things, whether it's, what about the business part of this have you picked up on?
Yeah, just dealing with contracts, dealing with professional businesses that, want you to meet a certain time requirement, certain things. It really opens your eyes to the other side other than just athletics. So I think it's been, a great experience for me and for everyone who gets involved in NIL.
We have two questions up front. Let's go to the first row, then the second row, then we're going to go to the right side, and then Adam will get back to you.
What's up, guys? Josh from Fox in Miami. Just describe the feeling of, you've worked all season for this, of just sitting up here, seeing the floor, and realizing today, you're here at the Final Four.
It's a blessing. God is great. We worked a lot hard. Lots of hard work this season. Grinding ups and downs, and this is moments again we dream of, and coming here competing in the Final Four stage on one of the biggest stages of them all. So just a surreal feeling, and just trying to take it in every moment I can get.
Jordan, same question.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. I feel like, regardless of the outcome, we're winners. We made school history for the first time, Final Four. Obviously, we still have goals we want to reach. But, we're looking to just kind of set the foundation for Miami basketball, and just be what, teams look up to and try to reach.
Isaiah.
It's a blessing just being out here, and I know all our players been working hard and just getting morning sessions in and just feeling confident, and it's just a blessing just to be a part of this team and being with Jordan, Benz, and Wooga and all of them. It's just we have a great team this year, and it's just feel like a big accomplishment just coming here in the Final Four and just realizing we're the top 4 teams in the country still playing basketball, and there's not a lot of teams playing basketball right now, so it's a big accomplishment for us.
Second row, same area of the room.
Marcus Benjamin, CanesCounty.com with Rivals. This is for Jordan. Obviously, he had a game for the ages last game, going perfect from the field and perfect from the line. What moment did you know that you were perfect during that game? And then also, if you could just describe the phone call that you got from Christian Laettner and just how that felt.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a perfect game until after the game. Someone came up and told me. Being a competitor, I was just in the moment, just trying to win a basketball game to get to the Final Four. But it was cool. I joined some really, really elite company. Got to talk to Christian Laettner, which was always cool. Someone I watched documentaries on him hitting the shot. So it was definitely a cool experience. I was very much surprised. They really kept it from me, so it was shocking. But being able to talk to guys like him who've been on the big stage, played in the NBA, had a hell of a career, is a dream come true, you can say.
Guys, we're going to move to the right side.
Jordan, Kevin Fielder from Miles 24/7. To be in a situation where it's you guys in Florida Atlantic in the Final Four, how cool is that? How much of an impact can that have for basketball in South Florida?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Respect to both teams. We've put a lot of work in to get here. I think people will take South Florida basketball more serious. I would assume it's going to help with recruiting. So both teams are just looking forward to build upon this time and keep the teams getting to this stage. Yeah.
Front and center, Adam.
Adam Zagoria, New York Times. Isaiah, I know you're a Jersey guy. Do you have any connection to Danny or the Hurleys? Did you ever play for them, against them, or Adama or any of the Jersey guys on UConn?
They recruited me for when I was in high school. That's some connection I have. I got recruited there, and I spent a lot of time thinking about UConn as a decision. And I feel like for me, I have a lot of great connection with the coach and the assistants and all of them. So I say I have great connections with them.
We got a follow-up for Adam. Go ahead, Adam.
Sorry, how close did you come to going to UConn, and what was Danny's recruiting message to you?
It was my top 3 decision. It was Miami, UConn, and another school, but it was just it was close. I feel like, and if he was just he showed me a good time over there. I got to meet a lot of people on the team, and they was all great people over there. And he was just a great coach, I feel like.
On the right side.
Hey Isaiah, Luke Cheney with Lifeball Sports. Just when you arrived in Miami in 2019 to where you're at now, how do you feel like the outlook and the public perception of Miami's program has changed, and how do you feel like you've played a part in it?
I feel like the Miami program has changed from what I've been my freshman year to my senior year. I just feel like when I first came in here, we was low. Like, we wasn't winning a lot of games, and we was struggling at the time, and we had a lot of players injured. But I feel like it was a learning process for me and the team. I feel like we had a good team my freshman and sophomore year, but we just had a lot of injuries. But going through the season, we just progressed, and we just kept on going and feeling confident, and we got transfers that help us, and it's just a great accomplishment just seeing how I went from my freshman to not a very great season to a senior, and I'm in the Final Four right now, so I feel like I got the best world at both sides.
We're going to stay in that same area of the room on the right side.
Isaiah, Kevin Fielder from Owls 24/7. You guys played FAU early in the season last year, and obviously both teams have changed since then. But when you guys played them, did you sort of see that team was building towards, making a tournament run?
To be honest, I did not see this coming, but I feel like last year they was a very great team, and we only won last year. We only beat them by a buzzer beater, and they was very competitive, and they played hard, and they was just a great team to compete with us. And like now they're in the Final Four, and they're making great things, and they're a great team.
Back to Michelle in second row center.
Yeah, I want to go back to the UConn thing. I happened to run into your mom in the airport today. She said, was UConn the only other school that you visited? UConn and Miami were the two schools that you actually took visits to?
Yes, it actually was.
And then what? And you said there was a third school. There were three finalists. So it was UConn, Miami, and...
I really forgot, but
Okay,
it was
and
probably
so-
just me.
So why did you pick Miami? What was it when you were weighing UConn and Miami? What was it about Miami that swayed you in that direction? What tipped the scales for you?
I feel like the coaching staff, when they had Adam Fisher, he was a great coach, and he talked to me a lot, and I felt real comfortable being around him. And Coach L was a great coach, and I feel like at the time I was already committed to Miami, and I really had my decision made. But when I visited UConn, I was like, it's going to be a hard decision coming in because they have a great coaching staff. They have great people over there too, and and they have great players over there. I just love the way they work too. So it was a hard decision, but I already had my mindset on Miami, and it was up between them two.
Final question for Isaiah or Jordan or Bensely, second row.
Adam Betts with the Journal-Inquirer. Isaiah, knowing that UConn and Miami were your top two schools, is it funny how the world works that we're here right now and you're getting ready for this game?
Yes, it is funny. It's a small world, I feel like, just between UConn and Miami, and now I'm playing UConn in the Final Four. It's just, like I said, a small world, just having these two teams coming. We're just having these two teams playing against each other.
We want to thank Isaiah Wong, Jordan Miller, and Bensely Joseph. They're going to do the radio interviews next. And in just a moment, we'll have Nijel Pack, Norchad, Omier, and Wooga Poplar join us up here in the main interview room. Cool. Miami locker room continues to be open. We're joined right now by Nijel Pack and Wooga Poplar and Nigel's 10-gallon hat. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Norchad Omier when he wraps up with radio. But we'll take some questions for Nijel or Wooga. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We're going to send one of our intrepid microphone stewards in your direction. Please state your name and affiliation, and then your question. Here comes the mic. Front left, front right.
Hey, Wooga. Luke Cheney with Life World Sports. You mentioned last weekend how during that comeback against Texas, you had to remind Coach L not to, look at the scoreboard when that whole thing was happening. I'm just curious how vital you think it is to your team's success that there's an environment in place where both players and coaches can hold each other accountable.
Oh yeah, I feel like we just have that type of relationship where though we could tell each other right from wrong, and I feel like that was the time me telling them just not to look at the score and just to play the game.
Next question for the student athletes from Miami, and we're joined now by Norchad Omier as well. Let's go to the second row, center, and Michelle from the Miami Herald.
Oh, I got it. Thank you. Michelle Kaufman from Miami Herald. Norchad, I want to ask you, a lot of people say that one of the keys to this game is, will you be able to stay out of foul trouble? Obviously, someone who's your opponent would want to get you into foul trouble. How do you plan on dealing with that and staying out of foul trouble when coach always talks about how you're so aggressive and energetic?
That's Norchad's microphone in the center there.
Yeah, I think I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to talk about it, but just play smart. Don't do like choose which place to go at, which place to don't go at. Just play a smart basketball.
Continuing with questions for Norchad, Nijel, or Wooga. On the right side.
Kevin Fielder, House 24/7. Wooga, you guys played against FAU last season, and it was kind of early in the season. But what did you see from them when you guys played them, and for them to now get to this point in the Final Four with you guys? How cool is that to see two South Florida teams in the Final Four?
Oh yeah, I saw a really great team in them because I feel like Zay hit the buzzer beater. I think last year he hit the buzzer beater off him, so they was in the game with us a lot. And I feel like they really had their defensive end in some type of offense. So I feel like them on the defensive pressure, it was really great for them.
Next question's on the left side to the right of the aisle. Dan?
Dan Walken, USA Today for Nijel. As you were going through the transfer to Miami, obviously everything was extremely public about the NIL deal and everything like that. How did that sort of change your approach, or did it maybe sort of come at you in a way you didn't expect, just given the public nature of everything?
No, I mean, all that mattered was my teammates accepted me, and they did that from day one. My coaching staff, everybody accepted me and took me in as a brother. We never seemed to talk about it as a team. Nobody, came at me negatively, and we played together so much. You can see it's obviously working off really well now. I feel like that's the reason why this team's so good, because our bond is so strong, and nothing with NIL with anybody on this team has ever affected us in a negative way.
Back to Michelle, second row center.
Nijel, I want to ask you, I see you've got the official Final Four hat on. What does it feel like to be in the Final Four? What did you anticipate, and what is it really like? Have you taken a peek out there at the floor yet at how big this arena is? And Coach was talking about, with his experience in a Final Four, that playing in a stadium like that is almost like playing outdoors. What do you think it's going to be like, and how do you think that might affect your shooting?
I never played in a dome before, so this is my first experience. My first Final Four ever. Never been to one. Never been in attendance in one. So I'm really excited for this. Loving the experience that we're getting so far. Everything about it has been so much fun, and we only seen just a glimpse of it. I haven't got to see the floor yet or anything like that, but I'm excited to see it. I actually got some advice from Kyle Guy, who went to my same high school as me, who went to Virginia, won a national championship. I was talking to him a little bit. He just told me to stay positive. I mean, you got to keep confidence in yourself. Great shooters can shoot anywhere. Is what he told me, and he told me to believe in myself and my team. And if you believe in yourself and your team, that you guys will be able to win it all.
We're going to go to Kevin. 3 seats in. There we go.
Yeah, Norchad, Kevin Sweeney here from Sports Illustrated. Curious, growing up in Nicaragua, what are your memories? What do you think about when you think about March Madness?
So, growing up as a child, I really didn't watch March Madness like that. I was a baseball player. Then when I get older, watching teams like Duke, North Carolina, and that March Madness was just like, damn, that's crazy. And now I'm here, so it's just like so excited. I'm just so excited to be here with my brothers. We pumped, but also we locked in at the same time.
Next question's to the right of the aisle, Lane. That's the back left microphone. Go ahead, Lane.
Okay. Lane Higgins, Wall Street Journal. This is for you, Nijel. Obviously, transitioning into a point guard, it's maybe a little more intense of a role with some of the ball handling and decision making. But what did you find to be the biggest, difficulty or biggest challenge in adopting a new role on this Miami team? And who kind of helped you through that?
Yeah, this is my coaching staff and my teammates really helped me through this transition. Coming from a role where I was a primary scorer at my old school, and now coming to a role where I have a lot of talent and distributing the ball to my teammates when they need it. It was just a change, but I played point guard my entire life. It was just going back into my old habits. My teammates made it really easy for me, and that's what the summertime and the fall was for, to help me transition to that. And I feel like my coaching staff, especially Coach L, gave me a lot of confidence in the things that I was doing to help me, get prepared for moments like this.
We'll head back to the second row center. Michelle,
Can I ask one in Spanish for Norchad? Is that okay?
you may.
Yes, okay. Norchad, quería preguntar que ahora que tú es como que tú eres una estrella ahora en los Estados Unidos en el March Madness, si hay muchos jugadores jóvenes en Nicaragua que te están mirando en la televisión, si tú crees que va a haber más gente mirando este torneo y este campeonato como tú estás, porque ya yo vi ayer banderas de Nicaragua cuando se fueron las guaguas, habían banderas de Nicaragua. ¿Puedes hablar sobre el apoyo que te dan la gente de Nicaragua? Gracias.
Sí, pues han sido fantásticos todas las personas en Nicaragua, y no solo los nicaragüenses, los latinos en general, han sido muy buenos. Ya, solo tengo cosas buenas de hablar de ellos, estoy muy agradecido con ellos por no solo apoyarme a mí, sino a todo el equipo, y muchas gracias al país de Nicaragua y espero que lo vean, que vean los juegos y nos apoyen.
Norchad, would you mind briefly translating also?
I don't remember what I said.
No me recuerda. Next question for the student athletes. Let's go to the right side center.
This guy. Yeah, Chris Demond, the Miami Hurricane. Norchad, last year you were in the Sun Belt playing for Arkansas State, and then you went to the ACC, and now you're in the NCAA tournament. It seems over the past year you've just been playing on bigger and bigger stages, and now you're on the biggest stage in college basketball, the Final Four. How do you kind of adjust to all that increased pressure, and how are you going to do that for Saturday?
No, I got to give that to my teammates. They trusted me. When I reached Miami, they welcomed me with open arms, and they just guide me, through the ACC. I know we are here together, so I don't feel pressure personally because I'm with my teammates. I've been all year, so I just feel good and excited we're here right now.
That same area of the room. Go ahead.
Luke Cheney with Life Wallet Sports. This question could go for everyone. Just, what stands out about UConn when watching them on film?
Wooga, you want to take that one first?
I feel like the offense is really good. I feel like the way how they can score the ball is just at the highest level.
Norchad, you want to take that one too?
Yeah, UConn is a great team. Gotta give them credit. They've been blowing out all the teams they play, at least 15 points. So, they have inside presence, outside presence. We just got to stick to the game plan and, worry more about Miami than about UConn.
Nijel.
They're coached really well. Their coaches, their program has, been a great program in the past. This is something that, they've been in multiple times. We know how good of a team they are. They got a lot of talent from the inside and outside with a lot of size and things like that. But as long as we stick to, what Miami does best, I think we should be in good shape.
Final question is going to come from John Fanta, left side, right of the aisle.
Hey guys, John Fanta from Fox Sports. Do you guys have any, with him in the vicinity, maybe, any Coach Larinaga favorite quote, favorite moment that comes to mind? And is there any truth to the rumor that he might have taken some dance classes ahead of the Final Four this week?
I feel like Coach L learned all his dance moves from me from last year. I used to dance a lot, so I feel like he just learned all of them from me.
Norchad, anything to add?
Yeah, I agree. I watched videos from last year. They in the Elite Eight, Sweet 16. Wooga would be dancing, Bensely would be dancing, and I think Coach L copied a lot of those moves from them.
Final thought on that, Nijel?
His dance moves, they're all right. I'm hoping to see some more, though. I only seen once, so I need to see it again.
We want to thank Nijel, Norchad, and Wooga for joining us here in the main interview room. We're going to have Coach Larinaga next if you want to ask him similar questions.